boy Marksburg, Slim, coming live from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hey, this is Coach Beatty Waddell, West Mac High School.
I'm Doug Rashid. I'm a Grammy-nominated record producer.
Hey, I'm LaKoya McClain. I used to be known as Inmate 1570847.
Hey, my name is Lydia. I'm a social injustice activist.
Hey, it's Danielle E. Brown, songwriter and artist, and we're rocking with Grandosiá TV.
Welcome back to another great show on Grandosiá TV, where I have my main man back in the building with us today, Fraco Lou. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Glad to be back, man. Glad to be back.
That's what's up. Before we get to this new show with him, first of all, I need everybody to hit that subscribe button. I need everybody to like. I need everybody to hit the notification bell so when we go live, you get all the up-to-date videos right away. With that being said, man,
Subscribe to Grandosiá TV if you haven't already.
tell them one more time for the people.
Subscribe to Grandosiá TV if you haven't already.
Make sure you smash that button. We want all the subscribers before February. We're trying to get these 2,000 subscribers. We're trying to get these 4,000 watch hours.
Yes, sir.
But in the meantime, man, Fraco, what you been up to?
I mean, a lot of the things, just some personal stuff. So I have taken a little hiatus. I mean, I believe I've only battled 3 times this year, which is rare, like for consistent career in battle rap. And then of course the album came out in June. I mean, and me and Biss, we both had kind of a similar situation. It's like more personal stuff was going on, so we got to promote the album, but not like we wanted to.
Gotcha.
And we've only performed together like once, like any of the songs on the album.
Gotcha.
So and it's just like a back and forth thing. It's like trying to catch each other at the right time. And I mean, that's my dog. Like, we talk very regular, but you can't determine other grown folks' situations when you got your own situations going on.
That's true, man. That's the thing sometimes that, slow us down as individuals when you get older. You got family situations, you just have business that you got to take care of, and it may slow you down on what you want to do. And that's what happens in the game of music.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine, though, like, because I know, like, I've done a lot of behind the scenes stuff with certain people. And I mean, like, going into 2022, I have 2 projects that are scheduled to release. And I mean, music wise.
Right.
And then like the battle scene, I'm picking right up in January. Like January, February, March. You know what I'm saying? I'm going right, like head first, right back in. So I'm already booked.
Where your first battle gonna be at?
The first one is in Roanoke, Virginia.
BA, stand up, baby. We in the building.
Yeah, I'm already booked for about 3 or 4 battles next year. So that's gonna be picking up even more. And then like I'm already scheduled to drop 2 projects next year on the music side. So I mean, I have a very busy year already lined up.
Gotcha. Now, some of the videos that you that you've been in this year, some of that stuff was done here in the city.
Of course.
Who was the camera people behind the production of it, man? Because it had some great stuff, and give them a shout out because the production people don't get enough love in my
I
mind.
cannot think. I hate you said that.
See, they don't get enough love. That's what I'm talking about.
No, I'm saying it because I can't even think of the guy's name right off the top of my head. Because Broadway Biss was the guy that brought him in, and that was like the day we shot any visuals we shot. That was my first time meeting him.
Okay.
And like I don't remember his name though, but I know we both paid for the video.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember his name. But yeah, he had some like dope ideas and other stuff that he wanted to do with us going forward. Like he had the drone cameras and all that shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can't even remember that guy's name though. I hate at this moment. I cannot remember his name. Damn, man.
If you have not seen the video,
the T2 video.
T2 video, yes. If you have not seen T2, man, please watch it on YouTube. Pull it up, Fraco and Broadway Biss. First of all, man, like I told you before the video was shot, I love that song.
I appreciate it.
I love the song.
I sent it to you before the album even came out.
You did. I love the song.
Yeah.
I love it. So I think everybody who has not seen that song, man, go check it out, support it, smash the like button, subscribe to that thing.
I appreciate it.
Coming out of the G, man, we got some talent coming out of the G. We got talent moving to the G, and we got talent coming out of it. So you definitely got to support. Who right now is on Fraco Lou's radar as far as not battle rapping, but as far as like new artists coming out of the G? I had somebody on the other day by the name of Badass. And
that was actually my first. Well, actually, it's not the first time I heard of him, so I'm not even gonna say that.
Right.
But Lil Esco. Yeah. Shout out to the East Side. K-Roll, Billy Toon, Billy Wright. Shit. Of course, MTV Chris, Southside all day.
Okay.
I mean, it's a lot of artists I could name. You know what I'm saying, in this conversation. And excuse me if I didn't say your name. You know what I'm saying? There's no disrespect to you. I'm just like going
off the top,
really. Yeah, because it's like it's a lot of artists. I mean, I understand like the movement now is not what it was. And social media is so charged in this era and generation. So it's like people would think like, oh, you don't fuck with that person, you don't fuck no, but a lot of these cats, it's not even like they reach out. Sometimes they reach out to me, and like half of these cats I already knew growing up. Like, like I mean, if you want to go that far, like they already knew who I was. But it's like once you see that, oh, he do music. I'm like, oh, bro, I remember bro from the block. Like I remember bro from, oh shit, you in the music. So it's like it's always love. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying, no disrespect at all on either part.
Piggybacking on what you just said though. I remember when you first got into music, like I was there with you.
Oh, shout out to Trez too. Shout out to Trez.
But back when you was doing your thing, battling at the,
shout out to Trail. My bad. Shout out to Trail.
It's the barbershop now. It's the Platinum Barbershop. But back in the day, it was where you used to go do your stuff or whatever. With Rob, wasn't it Raheem?
Yeah.
All right. So think about all the stuff then back in the day, early 2000s, to now. How surprised are you with the music scene coming from the G? Coming from Gas Sign, how surprised are you with everybody now?
I'm not surprised at all. It's just more publicized now. And like I was saying in the first part, it's just more social media involved.
Right.
Like the music scene in Gastonia has always been thriving. Right. It's just now social media is more involved.
Okay.
That's the only difference. But the only difference is back then, like you had to be, to get out there or to be known, you had to be at spots like Raheem's, or you had to be like on the block when niggas was doing ciphers, or when niggas was battling each other on the corners to get your name ringing out in other areas of the city.
Gotcha.
It was more like that then, or you had to be one of them cats like, I just dropped a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to every hood
and giving them out,
or giving them out or trying to sell my mixtape. It's like with social media, you don't have to do that.
True.
It's like you could just say, "Hey, I rap." Now I'm putting out my material. I'm putting out this and that. You can hear it or you don't hear it. If you decide to fuck with it,
right,
or you don't decide to fuck with it, that's on you.
How big would you say in today's time? Because you do have, like you say, you do have social media. But how big is networking? Because with me in this show, I network with everybody. I invite every artist, every person. How big is it?
Networking is a big thing, but you have to choose who you network with.
Should you network with everybody?
No.
And why not?
Because one thing I learned about networking is if sometimes it's better to network with the people who don't just jump at you with something to offer you. Because sometimes, well, most of the time, 75% of what they telling you is cap anyway.
True.
Like, most of the time, like, when you and another person just happen to be in the same venue or event, and, you know, they do their thing, you do your thing, when y'all talking, you're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I heard about you, da-da-da-da, you do your thing. And then if he hits you with that, or she, whether it's a female, they hit you with the, you know, when you get a chance, or if you're in my area, because, you know, usually it's somebody from somewhere else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Give me a call and we can talk.
Right.
But if it's one of those cats that come at you and the first thing they're saying is, oh, man, I was in the studio with Jay-Z last night. Man, I'm telling you, man, I got a big ass condo down there in Miami. I got, you know what I'm saying? man, we was doing this and doing that. Man, I was at the Met Gala party. I was there the whole time. And it's like, you hear all these stories, you like,
Bro, you lying
you lying like a motherfucker. Cause if you was already moving like that, whoever worked for you would have been sent.
Right. Not
to this event.
Right.
Not you.
Right. That's true. That's true. You gotta know, in the words of today, you gotta know who's capping and who's not.
Yeah. Like if you already coming up to me and trying to sell me something without even knowing if I'm even legit.
Right.
That lets me know right there, like you just want somebody you gonna scam some shit off of.
True.
I'm dead ass.
True. I know. Another thing I have too, man. I
wanted to laugh like him about that. Cause you know I'm not lying.
You ain't. And speaking of that, man, you know, people when you say scamming people, I be seeing so many promoters, man, that be wanting you to pay for venues, pay for to perform your music. Is that more of a scam or is that more paying your dues? When you gotta pay, if somebody comes to you and say, Franco, man, I want you to battle, but you gotta pay me $120 a battle.
I wouldn't do it.
Well, yeah,
because a promoter, especially for a battle, wouldn't come at you like that.
Right. What about performing or something?
I've seen people get scammed. Like, hey man, you know Lil Wayne gonna be in Charlotte next month. You trying to get on that? Well, give me $500 and I'll let you open up for him.
I'm gonna be honest with you. And listen, I want to laugh at that, but I'm not gonna laugh at that because I ain't no seen it. I gave somebody $400, and they like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna have you open up this concert." I'm like, "All right, hey, bro, what's up the show?" "Oh, yeah, he gotta get back with me." But I gave my $400, and guess what? My boys never performed. My crew never got on stage.
I've seen it happen to plenty of artists also. Like that's why when you asked the question, I was like that.
Yeah, it went off.
It was like I've seen it happen to plenty of artists. They'd be like, "Oh, you know, such and such," and they always mention like, okay, and it's always strange because it happens more around like say in Charlotte when we had CIAA. You know, everybody big that was performing everywhere.
Yeah,
you have all these new promoters pop up out of nowhere and tell me, hey man, you know Lil Wayne doing this show on Thursday, this day party on Friday and Saturday, Hey man, you give us such and such amount, we let you open up for him. You never hear from him. I've seen it happen to plenty of artists.
Terrible. Like, but you know that'll get you fired on right there though. Hey, listen. Cause my money got missed, I was mad.
That's why I'm so glad that the artists that I know, they didn't know these people actually have met them before or know their whereabouts. Because I'm pretty sure it would have went a lot uglier if they did.
Yeah, I have a couple of people in mind right now in the city. If they would got scammed, they'd probably be in jail right now.
Because somebody would have got dropped.
Quick. But one reason why I brought Franco on the show, everybody, because he is a top performer in the area, top artist in the area. I want to talk something that's near and dear that happened, about 3 weeks ago? And that's talking about Young Dolph. That's mentioning the brother Young Dolph in Tennessee.
Rest in peace to Young Dolph, man.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
With music, with the power and the tongue that it is that we have with speaking.
Yes.
What do you think brought on his demise? Because I did hear him say one time before, he ain't going out like Biggie, he ain't going out like Tupac.
I think it was more of jealousy. And because anybody, like they say, anybody that knew him personally or anybody that ever been in his presence has nothing but good things to say about this person.
Right.
And then I remember watching the episode of Drink Champs because I'm a big Drink Champs fan. When he was on there. And like, you know how Drink Champs always been more to the older artists and separating them. So when they had like cats like Dolph and Dave East on the show, and then I listened to Dolph and Dave East, I was like, oh shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They really trying to, but they had very interesting interviews because you hear a lot of insight on things that you wouldn't even knew about if they wasn't speaking on it directly.
Right.
And it was more like, once I started watching it, and then when he spoke on like, when Nori brought up the thing about rappers being killed in their own city. like you could tell when Dolph, like his body language and everything kind of like was like, yeah, like I be around, like, but he still knew he had some shit going on.
Right.
And I don't know if he like was trying to make it more like he was trying to play the question off or just answer it the politically correct way.
Mm-hmm.
It was just more like, yeah, like you still got some shit going on. And it's more like it's no matter how much money you make, what you do, like people are still gonna find a way to hate on you. And if they can't, you can level up again. And if they can't touch you, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna find another way to get at you. They're gonna question your character, something they heard about your past, or they're gonna find any way they can to break you.
Gotcha.
It's just so happened Dolph was one of those cats that he felt like, I ain't gonna say he felt like he was invincible, because nobody's invincible.
Right.
He felt like, okay, I'm in my...
walking around without security, and they ain't the smartest.
Yeah, you're right. Especially like considering your history with these type of situations. It's not smart. But I guess he felt, you know what I'm saying, comfortable enough to like, okay, I'm about to go make this quick run. Boom. And I'll be back over here in no time.
Right.
But, well, the story that they're trying to explain to us is somebody saw his car pull up at this specific place and they say, oh, there's Young Dolph over there.
Yeah.
Let's go shoot him.
Right.
It all sounds like bullshit to me.
They do.
But I don't know what was really going on. So I can't really speak on nobody else's beef.
Right.
Or, you know, but it just sounds like bullshit to me. Rest in peace to Young Dolph, though.
If you was Young Dolph, would you have made that song 100 shots? Because when I listened to it,
Nope.
It's, you know, people, my wife was telling me, I'm be honest with the people. Between Young Dolph and Nipsey, I heard their music, but I became a fan after they died.
Nah, Nipsey. I've been a fan of Nipsey since I found out about Nipsey in like 2008.
I guess because I be listening to like a lot of local artists and trying to support that or whatever. I stopped listening to the radio. I stopped listening to where you find music or whatever. I stopped listening to where you find music at. So if it happened to come across my table, okay, I listen to it. But I would listen to Franco before I listen to them. That's just me supporting home.
I appreciate that, though.
Oh, definitely. So when I heard about Nipsey and I put on his Victory Lap album, loved him. I'm like, man, I wish I was a fan
I've
early.
been listening to Nipsey since about 2008. And I'm going to tell you how I found out about Nipsey Hussle. You remember, because you know, of course, I'm a fan of battle rap.
Right.
Where battle rap is my shit. You remember when Smack used to come out with the DVDs instead of it being on YouTube? He had a DVD, one of his DVDs, Nipsey Hussle did a freestyle on it.
Okay.
That's how I found out about Nipsey Hussle. And this was like 2008, 2009. That's how I found out about Nipsey Hussle.
About 13 years ago.
And I was like, who is this nigga? Like, when he say he was from the West, and I was like, damn, that nigga really look like Snoop's nephew.
Right.
Like, for real. Like, this nigga look like a light-skinned Snoop.
Yeah.
So I was like, and then when I heard him rap, I was like, oh yeah, this nigga cold.
Yeah, he can go get it.
So it made me pay more attention to what he was doing. And then a lot of people don't even realize Nipsey Hussle changed his style though.
Yeah.
He slowed it down more. Wiz Khalifa did the same thing.
Yeah.
Cause
he did. When you listen to Nipsey's old albums and compare it to what the Victory Lap was, it's totally different.
Yeah, like him, and I started listening to Wiz Khalifa and Nipsey Hussle around the same time.
Gotcha.
It's like they rapped more faster. It was more boom, 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 boom. And it's like after a while, it's like they slowed the pace down. Or they had more swag with it, more flow with it, more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I paid attention to that.
And listening to him and listening to Dolph, and watching their movements or whatever. Question for you: being a rapper, with a certain level of fame and a certain level of money, can you still stay in your song? Can you still stay in your same hometown, or do you have to leave?
Nope.
Nope, you can't stay, or no?
Nope. You can come back and visit.
But you can't stay.
Nope. People hate me now, and I ain't even rich yet. The fuck? I'm like, I done lived in Mount Holly. I done lived in Dallas. I done lived in Lincoln. Motherfuckers still hate me.
And you ain't even rich yet. They still mad. So jealousy, envy can find you anywhere.
I mean, financially, I'm doing okay.
Right.
I ain't rich.
Right.
I mean, I can get fuck up a bag if I wanted to.
Right.
And try to flex and do all that. But no. Not interested. I have more important things to worry about, or I have other things that I want to get to before I try to attain anything that's worth anything I'm going to attain personally or financially. I want to make sure it has some value in it. It's not just going to be for the now.
Right.
It's going to be for, and that's what people fuck up at.
Cause my thing is, how do we supposed to give back to the community that birthed us if we can't stay there? And why do, and my other question is not really for a rapper, it's more for the community who's listening. Why do we shoot the bag though? Like you killed Dolph, but Dolph was the money for a lot of people. You killed Nipsey, but Nipsey was an opportunity for a lot of people. That's the part I don't understand about the whole rap thing nowadays.
Because nobody thinks ahead.
Say it again.
Nobody thinks ahead. Everything is about what I can get right now. Fuck what everybody else think or what everybody else is doing. It's what I can get right now. And I want to show it off. Or in these situations, they don't. I mean, even though the guy that killed Nipsey, they already caught him.
Right.
Dolph situation, we'll see what happens.
Right.
But it's more like people are more worried about what can I get now? Or what can I do now?
Right.
And flex with it.
Right. Because my whole thing, like with Grandosiá TV or Grandosiá Media Productions, once it takes off, I want to make sure the community around here is straight. You know, people always talking about we don't have no jobs, we don't have no money. But if I'm the bag and I'm giving back to the community, why would somebody want to come and take out the bag? Like, that don't make no sense
At all.
When I'm helping, especially like in Nipsey case, that dude was in Nipsey's circle.
Like Dolph and Nipsey in the same situation. Like they were giving people opportunities to make it out.
It was up to you if you wanted the opportunity or not.
Right.
I'll stay on the block, but you can't beat down the block. I mean, listen.
You can't.
You can't beat down the block forever. Eventually, you're going to have to grow up. And listen, you know, if you sell drugs to support your family or if you do anything like that, hey, you know what? I ain't mad at you because you got to live in some kind of way with inflation and with government. I get it. But you can't beat down the block forever.
Right.
And if somebody's going to give you an opportunity to change your surroundings and point you in a different direction.
And that's the point of everything. Like, I've never understood. Like, anytime, like, I'm not going to down it either because I've had times where I sold drugs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I never really spoke about it publicly.
Right.
But people who know, like, I've sold drugs before.
Right.
But it was a means to an end. Like, maybe I was going through something, like, at that time where I needed that bag right then because maybe, and more than likely, it wasn't even the bag for me.
Right.
It was more like, I need to get this money up to help out with another situation. Or I need to get this money up right now to, you know what I'm saying, keep the lights on or, you know what I'm saying? So, or maybe, I've had it happen to me twice. Like, I might lose my job or over some bullshit or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you still looking at situations, you still got kids to support, you still got bills to pay. And then in my situations, at the time, I still had a wife or a girlfriend or something. Like, you still, like, you still gotta maintain.
Yeah.
So it's like the bag, like me selling drugs wasn't even for me. It was just to keep everything moving until I find something legal to get into.
Right.
Like, it's never been, I want to sell drugs because I want to be the biggest drug dealer in Gas Stomach. I want to go buy hella cars, buy hella Jordans, and flash money on Instagram and shit. No, I'm trying to survive, nigga.
That's it. That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So anything that's legal, that's lucrative, is for me.
Yeah.
I don't never want to be feeling like I gotta walk around here and watch my back.
Nervous.
Like when I see the police pull up in my neighborhood, I'm like, oh shit, they might be coming to my house.
Right.
I don't never want to feel like that.
At all.
So I would rather make my money legally. And then on top of that, when you dealing with the streets, the way the streets are now, it ain't no rules in the streets. So anybody could be your downfall.
True. That's true. I just, we just pray for Nipsey family. We pray for Young Dolph family. I can't believe Nipsey been gone, 3 going on 4 years, something like that.
He died, 2019? I still remember the day he passed, though. That shit was crazy. I was in Remedies the night he passed.
That's crazy. So we pray for them, man. But it just...
Yeah, because, like, that's when Remedies had the, what was it, Sundays, the $2 tequila shots.
Yeah.
We was in Remedies playing pool. It was me. Well, I ain't gonna say who out. Well, they know they was there.
Right.
But we in Remedies playing pool for money. Like $20 a game, like some shit like that. And I remember that's the day it was the tournament was going on, the NCAA tournament, March Madness. And Duke had lost that day.
Okay.
So it was a couple Duke fans in there we was talking shit to. But we started going back there playing pool. You know what I'm saying? $25 a game. We end up bullshitting around. And next thing you know, I checked my phone and it was like, bro, Nipsey Hussle just got shot. Like, what the fuck? So I'm telling like, bro, you see this? And the next thing you know, everybody in there checking their phones. And they seen it. And then Ace was DJing that night.
Okay.
And then he announced it over there, what's the name? And so we sat there for like maybe an hour or so, had a couple drinks. And we still just like, damn, that's crazy. And then he announced that he had passed. And it was just like, wow, Nipsey gone? And like, you know what I'm saying, the whole night, they were just playing a lot of Nipsey music.
On top of that, right there, when you hear stuff like that when you out, and with you being in the game, with this game being what you do for a living.
Being a rapper is the most dangerous thing you can be.
So how did it make you feel though when you hear things like, man, Nipsey died, man, Young Dolph died, all
like
the other ones that died?
People
How
that
did
you
it make
like
you feel?
respect or like
Right.
you wanted to like meet one day just to pick their brain, like, oh man, what made you come up with this? You know what I'm saying? Cause like you sit in the car and listen to their music and be like, yo, that's fire, like pick their brain, like how did you come up with this song or the concept of it, or like what motivates you?
Right.
Like you wanna, like when you see successful people, you wanna ask these questions. You're not asking for favors.
Right.
You're asking like, man, what motivates you? What gets you going? Like maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Like I wanna know what makes these guys go like they go.
Right.
Like I will ask for your advice before I ever ask you for $1.
Because I was watching the 85 South show, and they had Busta Rhymes on there, and you could tell all those guys respected Busta, and that's what they was doing. They was giving them homage, and
Busta is in that
legend status.
Yes, very, very. Like I think like if they had a court, like if they held a court to like what was like Wakanda. Remember on Black Panther? Okay, T'Challa was the king of Wakanda. But every village had a king too, right?
Pretty much.
It's like 5 villages, right? That had kings. They all sit and go through they politic together.
Right.
Busta is one of those guys.
Right.
Like up there with Busta, Nas, Jay, and I'm just talking about rappers. I say Busta, Nas, Jay. I'm trying to think of a live rappers. You can put Kiss up there. Because Kiss been Kiss been one of my favorite rappers since high school.
That's true, he has.
Yeah, Jada been one of my favorites for a very long time. And if I could pick a fifth, damn, there's so many people you put in that first spot.
Gotcha.
But it's like the people who took the OG mentality, like, yo, I've been in the game this long, I know this much. I'm trying to bring the knowledge down to y'all. So, and even though I made mistakes, I'm letting you know beforehand, this ain't the route to go or this ain't the move to make for your own safety. But you have so many like new artists out here that like they will see that or they don't take heed to it. They be like, man, fuck them old niggas, man.
Oh,
like,
they do that all the time.
Like even the part where who was it? When NBA YoungBoy got into his beef, what multiple beefs he's been in, and Jay Prince tried to come in and like, yeah, like yo, little homie, man, like you know what I'm saying, like don't move like that. And everybody know Jay Prince ain't nobody to play with.
Right.
But then you gonna tell a man like Jay Prince, man, fuck you, I don't need your advice. Do you know who this man is? Shit, I wouldn't even talk to Jay Prince like that.
Right.
I'm like, bro, you bugging. And like, if you really listen, like everything that he says is facts. And it's like, he don't bullshit with nobody. In which, that's what we don't, like, he don't bullshit with nobody. And that's a lot of the problem. People bullshit so much that when you actually hear something that either you don't want to hear but need to hear, or it's something that is actually real and you don't have to hear it from the right people, but it hits you right in your face, but you still don't care to hear it.
Right, that's true.
So it's like you have no choice but the whatever is about to come to you,
Not to come your way.
you about to run right into it.
But I mean, I get it that, you know, hip hop is a young man's sport. But why they don't listen though? Why they don't listen to the ones that's been in forever? Especially when it comes to making money. Especially when it comes into,
I'm gonna tell you who else one of my favorite rappers of all. He's in my all-time category. Actually, it's two of them that they never considered. Since we was talking about the who sits at the table, Big Daddy Kane and Cool G Rap.
True. Now Big Daddy Kane don't need the love he should.
And Big Daddy Kane put Jay-Z on. People forget about that.
Yeah.
And then like Cool G Rap. I say Cool G Rap because of his skill level was so fucking high. He's one of the most underrated rappers of all time. Like, anytime you say 80s hip hop, the first thing to pop out of anybody's mouth is LL Cool J,
True.
KRS, Rakim.
Not that marketing machine was so great for them. They marketed them really well. That's what that was.
But see, the marketing then was not only can you rap, I mean, you're marketable, but you also can rap.
Right.
It's like now, just be marketable, nigga.
That's all you gotta do.
That's all you gotta do.
You gotta rap.
And matter of fact, my fifth spot going to LL Cool J.
Yeah. I
Or
see that.
either him or Ice Cube. Because they have taken hip hop to levels
Only
that
reason
nobody
why
else has done.
only reason I give it to LL because LL carried. I know the East for a minute. He carried it.
the torch
He carried
on
New
his
York.
back for
He carried New York.
for a long time.
Right. Like he did that. And he wasn't scared to battle nobody. You know, the West thing was cool, but
Yes.
I mean listen, Ice Cube, if you a fan of him, his
Like,
album
so
go
many
dope.
people, like, I could have said Master P.
Yeah.
I could. That's why I was like, it's so many people I can name.
And Master P changed the game all the way around because Master P was the only one at the time who was actually getting money. He was the only one actually getting money, and he showed these boys how to get money. I believe when Jay-Z came in,
Because Snoop said he made way more money with Master P than he ever made with Suge Knight.
and Suge Knight had way more hits. So add that up. Add that up.
And it's like it's ridiculous, man. Like, to my problem with hip hop now is we don't own the culture.
Oh, we been lost that.
And that's what a lot of these cats are not understanding. They was trying to like you can't be on one side saying everything should be black owned, everything should be black this, black that. But then you entertain or you promote an establishment that's like that they are doing. Like, I'm talking about like all these rappers that be on the radio, like everybody sounds the same. And it's like they are forcing this shit on y'all. But those are the only people that do music that they know. Like, they are forcing y'all. But when you mention other rappers that are dope artists or things like that, that in my opinion make way better quality music, they look at them like, oh, they ain't hot because they ain't on the radio.
Right.
I wonder why. Because they're not willing to sell up an image or sell up some bullshit to put them in that category. They're not willing to go out here and start fake beefs with rappers and do all that just to sell. They just want to make good music. Like Rhapsody, best female rapper out right now.
Right.
And she's from North Carolina. But these bitches know Cardi and Nicki. No disrespect to Nicki or Cardi. Because I like both of them in a certain way.
But they don't talk about nothing though. Like I hear people say all the
people
time.
talk about Megan. But I'm like, and then shout out, and then I like the fact that Megan, she kept her promise and got her degree.
But
that was dope. That was dope.
I hear people talk about all the time that Megan can out-rap Kendrick Lamar and them. I'm like, come on, now, really?
She can't out-rap my daughter. But anyway, I was gonna make the point, like, I mean, I don't have a problem with none of them personally, But I hate the fact that, okay, Megan Thee Stallion just recently got her degree.
Mm-hmm.
How many people you seen say something about that on social media?
None. It don't sell.
But the minute she say, my pussy like this, or my ass like this, or put it in your mouth or something,
Yeah.
it's all over the place.
Yeah. Everybody quote it.
And then I'm gonna tell you what was so crazy. When I said something about it last night on Facebook, one of my homies jumped on there and he was like, yeah, but she talk about this and talk about that in her songs and all that. I said, yeah, I understand. That's the problem that I had with her. And I even acknowledged in the post that sometimes I throw shade at her for that. But I'm like, can we at least give her credit for something positive?
Right. You know how we are, man. We are people. When we see something negative, we're gonna just harp on that. It could be, look how the newspaper write about us as black people when we die. Franco gave out 600 turkeys while he was alive, but the moment that he died, do you know he was a drug dealer? Do you know he killed people? Do you know he did 10 years in prison? Like, dog, what I got to do with anything?
I seen a post on Instagram probably about it. I actually have it in my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember who posted it. But he said something along the lines of, when black people get killed by police, they actually die twice.
True.
And then I was like, when I read it, I was like, he said, because not only are you already being brutally murdered for no reason, the first thing they do when they put you on the news is bring up something from your past that's negative.
Yeah.
Or they find the most negative picture or something that you posted on social media.
Yep.
To make it seem like, oh, he deserved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or he or she. They deserve because they're a thug.
You done took 10 million headshots of famous pictures or respects with Jeff Bezos or whatever, but they gonna find that one picture when you was 12 with a gun in your hand, and that's the one they gonna run.
That's the one.
And you died at 33. You're like, what? How did that one make it? Out of all the pictures, how did that 12-year-old album cover of me holding the gun make it? And I've been out here breaking deals with
That's the picture they're gonna use
every time. Well, I will say this before we let you go. What you said all that, and it made me think about a certain artist. Not his lifestyle. I don't want to talk about his lifestyle. But what do you think about Lil Nas X and the songs and him doing the whole devil thing and dropping blood and all
I
that
felt
stuff?
like the video was a little extra, but I feel like Lil Nas X is trolling
Hard.
because I look at it this way. Do I look at him as a rapper? No. So anybody in the rap community or the hip hop community should be like, just let that nigga do what he want to. But only white people say he's a rapper.
True.
But my thing
That's
about
a fan base.
right, and my problem with the whole situation is Lil Nas X. Now I do respect the fact that he decided to be like, okay, I'm gay. Okay, the fact that he is saying it publicly and acknowledging that, and he doesn't, okay, whatever he do in his personal life, that's on him, but he doesn't curve from that lifestyle. Like, that's him.
Right.
I have a lot of more respect for him than I do for a lot of artists that are doing some of those activities, but still decide to
Not say nothing about it.
or be in the closet about it. Like, at least he keep it real on that.
Alright. Now, with you saying that, this is talking to the father.
I have no problem with Lil Nas.
This is talking to the father in you, because we both have kids. We killed Megan for talking about popping pussy. But is it right that we don't say nothing about Lil Nas X talking about messing with a man? Because the message that he's going to is directly towards kids.
Yeah, because he's very popular.
Right. At least Megan's message is towards.
But who is pushing this machine?
That's true. That's what really got
That's
mad
the
at.
eye-opening question. Who's pushing this machine? Because it ain't black-owned what he's under. They know what they doing. It's just they giving him they putting the battery in his back. But I don't have a problem with what he's doing. At least, like, I can look at Lil Nas X differently because at least, like, even him, who else is, even though he ain't said it, Kid Cudi. he's I don't care what nobody say. That man is gay. But guess what? I respect him as an artist. Frank Ocean.
He open with it.
Open.
Yeah.
But guess what? The man make dope ass music.
He do. I love Frank Ocean.
So
I love Frank.
Who cares?
Right.
What this man does in his personal life.
Right.
At least he's open about it. He still can go in the studio and make dope ass music.
True.
Who cares?
True. That's a true story.
I mean, I see where some people can say, "Oh, well, he pushing this off on our kids," and our kids gonna make their own fucking decisions anyway. Mm-hmm. We can tell our kids a million times, "Hey, don't go outside because of this reason." The minute you turn your back, if they want to go outside, they still gonna go outside.
Yeah.
Like, can't nobody say nobody's right or wrong in nothing.
Right.
Everybody gonna make their own decisions. The only thing we have to do with our kids is guide them the best way we can.
Yeah.
Because we learn from our mistakes. But that doesn't mean they're not gonna go out there and still do what the fuck they want to. Like how many gangsters, hood niggas that we grew up with, real street niggas that grew up in 2-parent households. I'm talking about, it's a couple out there. But you can't say, "Oh man, I only had my mama at home, so I had to sell drugs, I had to do this." There's niggas that grew up, they mama and they daddy.
And they still had to go do it.
And they went out there, sold drugs, killed niggas, done all kind of shit. Mm-hmm. You can't say or make excuses for that. All you have to do is guide people like your kids and stuff or raise them to be better. But if they still go out here and decide to do some stupid shit,
yeah,
you can't protect that.
At all.
But it's reality. That's why, going back to what we was talking about, I don't have a problem with, anybody that chooses their preferences in life and what they decide to do, as long as it's not brought to me directly or to my attention. Like, I have people in my family that are gay, that are lesbians, even some friends, I grew up with, that are gay, but they're open about it. Right. Anytime I see them, we still do this. "Hey man, what's up, bro?" Give each other a hug and everything. Right. It has nothing. Your lifestyle has nothing to do with how I feel about you, because it's always love when I see you or when we speak to each other. Right. So I have no problem with shit like that. People just need to get out their head or out of their feelings about, "Oh man, y'all making kids be this," or "Y'all making people." Nobody's making you do anything.
It's a choice. it's
always a choice. So stop. They need to stop all that shit. And I hate it. Like the fact that, well, and I hate to use that word. Because my mom, like even when I was growing up, my mom always told me when you use the word hate, that's a very strong word to use.
Very strong.
And you have to be careful when you say it.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate the fact that people try to criticize certain people about certain things that they make in that, like the decisions they make in their lives. Is like, now if you go out and burn up a hospital with a whole bunch of kids, if you go out and do something like outrageous like that, or you like to touch on kids or something like that, no, yeah. I don't condone none of that.
Right.
And I'll handle it if I see you out somewhere.
Right.
I'm handling it my way.
Right.
But if you're not doing nothing that's not hurting anybody and you're just making a personal lifestyle decision, you're not hurting anybody. Like, let those people live. Like, long as if they see you out somewhere and they walk up to you and be like, "Hey man, what's up, bro? You been all right? You know what I'm saying? Everything good? How's the family?" And y'all can still hold a conversation and be civil. Ain't like the nigga like walked up and you said, "What's up, man?" and he grabbed your ass.
Right, it's something different then.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, let them people live, man. Let them do what they do in their personal life. They got nothing to do with us.
Sure.
So, like, that whole gay and that all that shit, I don't have no problem with it. People are gonna live their lives regardless. Let them, because we're gonna live ours
Every day. But man, Franco, I appreciate you coming back on Grandosiá TV. Hey, everybody who's been watching this, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you hit the notification bell. Before we let you walk out the door, you gonna leave the people with anything else because you've been dropping knowledge all day with us.
I mean, I got a few battles coming up, but we'll get there when we get there. But two projects.
And put your information out there on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure y'all go follow this man.
Antonio Fraco Lou Hopkins on Facebook, Real Fraco Lou on Instagram, Real Fraco Lou on Twitter. And other than that, I got two projects coming out this year. The Dorian Gray project is going to be the first one to drop. And then anybody who knows anything about that, they know what I mean by it. And then, of course, the anticipated album with me and Westerford.
Oh, wait a minute. Before that drop, you and him both got to come on the show and talk about that.
Yeah.
That's been years in the making.
Yeah, about 2 years. It's just like the situations, cause he'll have beats for me, he'll give me beats, and then I write for certain things, and then I've actually recorded a few songs for that album, but it's like certain things can be put on pause, cause it's been a time or two where other artists have snagged the beats that I had for my album, but you know what I'm saying? It was paid outright. Right. If you get in the studio and you just playing shit and they want that beat, they're gonna pay for it outright. But it's with me and Wes situation, we have a deal situation to where it's more anything I record under him, basically, he gets 50% of. And I don't have a problem with that. Because it's really not about the money. It's just the fact that we love to do music, and Wes is the only producer that understands what the fuck I want to do. Gotcha. And he gives me that freedom. Other producers approach me and try to do something with me, but it's always hey man, you should sound like this on this. You should rap like this.
And Wes ain't no slouch either. Wes got clout in the game.
Far.
He got clout in the game.
By far. Wes is one of the best producers in the game now. He just need that when he get that jump.
I think when he invite me doing something?
Yeah. With Cool and Dre.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we know Cool and Dre done made hits for a lot of people. Yeah. They fuck with him like that. He gonna be that next one. But me and him have an understanding. Me and Wes been knowing each other since we was 18 years old, 18, 19 years old. I'm 35 now.
Gotcha.
That's my dog.
Yeah.
And when the whole situation went down, with me and him trying to figure out how we was gonna do this project, I have no problem giving him 50% of everything that comes out of this project financially.
Right.
Because he understands he's gonna make the beats, he gonna do that, and that's gonna create any way you're gonna feel about it, any way you're gonna go. But he understands he don't just give me let me hear a beat and be hey man, you should rap like this, or you should do that, you should do this. He say he'll play it and be how you feel about that? And then it's if I don't like it, he be all right, I probably got something you like. Check this out. Right. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. He be oh, you fucking with that? And I start writing to it or something, or I do my thing, and he be you know what? You good, bro. You know what I'm saying? We don't have those type of issues.
Gotcha.
He lets me be, he gives me the creative freedom that I want, because he knows if I get that, that ain't gonna bring the best out of me.
Gotcha. Well, we waiting on it, man. Like I say, with that being said, you've been rocking with Grandosiá, and we out.
Shout out to Grandosiá TV, and shout out to the Gas House. Love everybody. Appreciate everybody. And happy holidays.